You guys sent, so one of you guys sent in basically a document to us, and this document, it's sort of public. So like what we're talking about isn't.
I think you had to be an investor.
Yeah, so it was given out to the investor calls.
Yes.
And it basically forecasted what Sony's doing. Now I kind of hinted at this last week, but like we got even more details.
Yes.
And Jarrell, you want to basically run them through what this document said, because it exposes a lot about what Sony's doing today. And if you're a Sony fanboy, it's going to expose what they're going to do in the future. And you may or may not.
So I'm not going to lie to you, okay? I don't speak corporate jargon, okay? So I had to throw the graphs, the pictures, all of this into ChatGPT.
Explain it for a 4-year-old.
So I'm going to say allegedly.
Allegedly.
Because what I don't want to be saying is allegedly what I got from ChatGPT from these documents.
There you go.
Okay. So from 2012 all the way to 2024, it showed us the budget on a chart, how much Sony was spending on R&D for sensor technology, sensor imaging technology.
Yeah.
And so they were starting at I'm looking at the chart right now, about 140 billion. Oh, stop calling me Sony.
They're like, shut up, boy. Shut up, boy.
140, they say approximately, allegedly, 140 billion yen back in 2012 to 2014. And then to the peak of it, okay, so through the years, they get up to 930 billion yen. So what basically the translation of that is they were spending about $6 billion for image sensor capital expenditure. So basically what they're spending on their sensors to put in their cameras.
Right.
But they, the forecast, he switches.
No, you're talking. I'm just letting you have some shine.
Allegedly, he's like, get all the Sony shine, catch all the Sony smoke. So allegedly, in 2024 and 2026, they are halving their R&D budget for sensors.
For sensors specifically.
Now, this can mean one of two things. Okay. If you ask me to solve $1,000 problem with $1 billion,
mm-hmm.
and then you half my budget, is this going to make a ripple or a wave, or is this going to affect us in any sort of way? No, because it was $1,000 problem.
Yeah.
Maybe they were just spending too much money on R&D in general.
Got it.
Okay. But this could also may mean doom, because they could be realizing all this money that we're spending on sensor technology and R&D, we're not making the returns on investment that we want. And so now they're pulling back drastically on spending on image technology. And kind of like we said last week and the week before that because there's not really a lot of new research and development going on, we got a lot of recycle, reuse, redistribute.
Yeah.
So with that being said, we don't know. It could be one of the two, but when we see the last two cameras that we were looking at, the FX2 and now this RX13, whatever, point and shoot. It's got
the disrespect on them.
It's got
reduce, reuse, recycle all over.
Like if you spent $6 billion on sensors in 21 through 23, and you need to make a return on that investment, you got to keep putting those chips in stuff. You guys keep putting those sensors in cameras.
Yeah.
Until you make back that investment. Because if you move on to a different sensor technology and that becomes of the past, that's just the no.
Yeah, I think this also, to me, when I heard this, it made a lot of sense for also why Sony is so defensive about these cameras. Because the truth is, like, when the A7 IV came out, I reviewed it, and I talked about the rolling shutter issue, and I talked about the slow readout issue, and the overheating issue in my video, and got no pushback from it whatsoever. When the FX2 comes out and is rocking the exact same sensor and a lot of the same specs, there's a lot, it feels like there's more, I'm not going to call it punishment, But Sony's definitely not happy with the way this is being reported.
Yeah.
And they seem to be more defensive this time around. And if you know, like, this is just my theory.
Mhm.
This is my theory. This is not a fact. I don't know any information on this. But in a very real way, if you know today that for the next, let's say 3 to 5 years, you are going to be recycling sensors that already exist into your new cameras, but people are already mad that you're reusing sensors that are in your existing cameras, then you know the next 5 years is going to be a tough swing.
Yeah, unless you just crumple up the plane and throw it in the trash.
But could you imagine today? I'm not saying this is what's going to happen.
Yeah.
But let's say Sony comes out with the FX3 Mark II, and it has the same sensor as the current FX3, but they give
what is that?
it
The A7S III?
Yeah, but they give it an EVF.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Like they give it an EVF. They do all these little things. Cam Mackey super chatted 99 cents. It didn't even notify anything on the screen. I saw it and I was like, no pop up. 99 cents don't even get Dave Chappelle out of bed.
See, Cam Mackey, no. Cam Mackey, no. You don't mess with Anika. You just don't. You don't.
You talk about me in the way I say her name?
I said it slow, bro.
Bro, you said a Nika. Why'd you put A there?
You think there's only one Nika in the world?
Bro, you know what you're doing. You know exactly what you're doing. Don't come at me no more.
So, hey guys, so you guys know that we're not just talking out of our behinds. Well, I don't want it to be like too clear, but can you guys see we're looking at things. Now, let's turn this to like goodness, because like this is not a crap on Sony type of show. Sony is working on a next gen sensor. Now, when we're going to get this, we don't know. We don't know. Let me show you one more deal. Don't screenshot this. Anyways, they're working on a next gen sensor that they're entitling a multi-layered stack sensor, whatever that means. But what they're trying to do, it seems like from reading the diagrams, is they are trying to increase the dynamic range. So when does this happen? And glory, at what price point? If we feel like the cameras are too expensive right now,
I say save it all for if we get to a post-tariff world, because I feel like maybe this is a hot take. I don't know how hot this take is. I'm gonna press the button anyway.
Yes.
I don't know how spicy of a take this is, but like, as somebody whose job it is to stay on top of the latest camera gear and what's coming out and what's new, I don't know if y'all have experienced this, but everything feels very expensive right now. Like everything that's coming out feels like it's like just a little more expensive than it used to be. Monitors that are coming out, accessories that are coming out, tripods that are coming out. And like, I'm sure a lot of it has to do with everything is sort of like tariff priced, but it just feels like everything is super expensive right now. And I really want us to go back to a place where gear doesn't feel that way. And so it's very tough. It's very tough right now. If it's just me, like Gus just put in the chat. We do see all y'all's chats, by the way. Gus put in the chat, waiting for Black Friday. That's kind of where my mindset is with a lot of gear. It's like, I'm going to wait for Prime deals. I'm going to wait for Cyber Monday or Black Friday. Build when B&H puts everything on sale for 10 to 15 to 20% off. Like, it just feels like everything is so expensive.
Yeah.
But if Sony is going to build this ultimate sensor, and they are in this mindset of reduce, reuse, recycle, if you're going to build one amazing sensor,
the way.
What?
The way our theories become facts.
I said
if they're in this.
I said if allegedly, if they're doing this, then yeah, make one perfect sensor and just drop it into every camera, you know?
Yeah. That will solve all their problems.
Yeah.
Except for the problem of, why does this $500 camera have the same sensor as my A1 III?
Well, you know, I think we already had that problem. Hey, thanks so much for checking out this video. If you enjoyed it, do me a huge favor. Hit that subscribe button. It's absolutely free, and you're not going to want to miss any other content we have on this channel. And if you did not enjoy this video, you probably shoot Sony. So that's all I'm going to say.